The number of cell phone accessory kits, neon lights, matching covers, and earbuds per day that USA Cellular Makeover Inc. can manufacture at its plant in Cambodia is given by P equals X raised to the power 0.5 times Y raised to the power 0.5, where X is the number of workers at the plant and Y is the monthly budget in dollars. Assume that P is constant. Compute dy dx when X equals 200 and Y equals 100 thousandths. This equation represents the production P, where we will assume that P is fixed constant. X represents the number of workers, and Y represents the dollars amount. We were told that P is constant, but we cannot assume that X and Y are constant, so therefore we have to assume that X and Y are both variables. They vary. Because of that, we will use the product rule. Remember that we are looking for dy dx, the derivative of y with respect to x, the rate at which the budget is changing with respect to the number of workers. We start with p equals x to the 0.5 times y to the 0.5, and we're looking for dy dx. Therefore, we need to set up d dx on both sides of the equation, the derivative with respect to x. On the left-hand side, the derivative with respect to x of p, where p is a constant, is 0. On the right-hand side, the derivative with respect to x of x to the 0.5 times y to the 0.5, we use the product rule. The first factor u is x to the 0.5, and the second factor is v, y to the 0.5. The derivative of u with respect to x is 0.5 x to the negative 0.5 using the power rule. The derivative of y to the 0.5 v prime is 0.5 times y to the negative 0.5. But remember that we're taking the derivative with respect to x. So we would need to use implicit differentiation where we would multiply dy dx. We did not need to multiply dy dx for u because the variable is already x and we're taking the derivative with respect to x. For v, the variable is y, so when we take the derivative with respect to x, different variable, we would take the derivative like we would normally do, but we would need to multiply the differential factor dy dx. The derivative of the product is therefore u prime 0.5 x to the negative 0.5 times v is y to the 0.5 plus u x to the 0.5 times v prime 0.5 y to the negative 0.5, but then we would need a dy dx factor. Putting these together, on the left-hand side, the derivative is 0. On the right-hand side, we have 0.5 x to the negative 0.5 times y to the 0.5 plus 0.5 x to the positive 0.5 y to the negative 0.5 times dy dx. We are looking for dy dx, and so we would move all the terms without dy dx to the other side, which means we will move 0.5 x to the negative 0.5 times y to the 0.5 to the left-hand side. Negative 0.5 x to the negative 0.5 y to the positive 0.5 equals 0.5 x to the positive 0.5 y to the negative 0.5 dy dx. And then we would isolate dy dx. dy dx equals negative 0.5 x to the negative 0.5 times y to the positive 0.5 over 0.5 x to the positive 0.5 y to the negative 0.5. Again, we want dy dx by itself, so we would need to get rid of this factor here. We divide it. We then simplified 0.5 over 0.5, and also we will bring the x to the negative 0.5 to the bottom, and we will bring y to the negative 0.5 to the top, meaning we will rewrite this expression without using negative exponent. The entire expression is still negative though. So we have y to the 0.5, and then we bring y to the negative 0.5 to the top to make it y to the positive 0.5 over. We keep x to the 0.5 in the bottom, and then we will move x to the negative 0.5 to the bottom and make it the positive exponent. The entire expression is again still negative, so we rewrite this. This is negative y over x, as simple as this. We then evaluate the expression when x equals 200 and y equals 100,000 to evaluate dy dx again when x equals 200 and y equals 100,000. All we're doing now is that everywhere we see an x, we will replace it with 20. Everywhere we see a y, we will replace it with 100,000. So we'll have negative 100,000 over 200, and this will give a negative 500. The unit for y is dollars, and the unit for x is worker. What does it mean in this case? When the number of employees is 200 and the budget is $100,000, put in another word, if there are 200 employees, 200 workers, and if they invested $100,000 into the budget, then they will lose $500 per worker, meaning if they hire one more worker, they would lose $500.